Hey guys, so I recently sold my Tesla 3, but I still have my wife's Tesla Y. And in my Tesla 3, I had bought the cheapest sunshade that I could find. Well, custom Tesla sunshade, the one, not a generic shape one. And my wife bought a thicker, nicer one. And you could kind of see one is definitely thicker than the other. It's a little bit harder to see because I threw out the cover for mine because I didn't want the cover. But anyway, so we're going to compare the two, and we're going to see if the more expensive $25 one is worth it, or my $16 one was more worth it. All right, so my $16 one came with a uh, comparable case that was made from the same material that my big one, that my shade was made out of. Let's take a look at it. All right, I have to pull the camera back for you to see the whole thing. So you can see um, it is cut to the size, the shape of this window, and there's a little slot for the rear view mirror. But you know, it fits perfectly, and you see the thickness of that. It's not that thick. So let's take a look at the one that my wife bought. And you could tell this material, you could feel it is a thicker material. It is a more solid material, and it's more rigid. Um, and it's got the cut also for the rear view mirror. So let's install them both and see what they look like. Okay, so you know they both work the same way. You just fold them up and they fold into this really compact shape. I'll show you why I threw out my bag in a little bit. But anyways, it folds up like that, opens up, and you could put the Velcro around the rear view mirror if you like. You don't have to. And you can see it fits really well. It covers most of the light. You know, there's still some light that goes through, but for the most part, it covers up pretty well. Now let's compare the one that my wife bought. All right, so this is the one my wife bought, and I'll leave a link to both of them in the description for you if you're interested to see which ones they actually are. But it's the same thing, folds the same way. Um, Basically, it looks the same. You know, there's a little bit of light that comes through on the corners, but for the most part, the fit is the same. It's just the thickness of them is the difference. Now, from a coolness point of view, I mean, that's the main thing. We put up sunshades so that our car's a little bit cooler. I actually noticed no difference, you know, between my shade and hers. But to be honest, I never did a test case with exact same temperature. I use hers, and it's exact same I use mine. I did use her shade for a while just to see if I liked it better in my car, and I couldn't tell any difference in terms of performance. But one thing that I did not like about the one that she bought as opposed to the one I bought, and let me show you what that is. And that's what made me decide to keep the thinner one and not buy a thicker one. Okay, so you know, for me, I just picked the thinner one because it was cheaper. But again, I found no quality difference. Not quality. There's definitely quality difference. The thicker one is a better quality, but I didn't find any performance differences between the two. But you know, one nice thing about these things is that you know they uh, when you put them in the side, and it's the same on the passenger on the driver's side, of course. They don't fit perfect, but because of these materials are flexible, you could just kind of bend it a little bit, and it will fit into the side of your car. So that packs away nice and neat. And the the advantage of the thinner one is, let me show you. So here's my cheaper thinner one, and this you can see it goes in a lot easier than this one. This one I have to kind of bend and push in with some effort, not a lot, but this one, it just goes right in. And another advantage is that if I don't want to put in the side door, I can put it in the back seat. I can wrap around to the rear of the passenger seat, and let me show you how that fits. So if I'm in the front seat here, I could just reach around and then put the thinner one in. As you can see, let me take this out. The thicker one actually won't go in here, and you got it kind of sticks out a little bit. But with the thinner one, it does go in quite easily, and it stays just like that. That's nice and neat. If I want to reach around and grab it from here, sometimes that's easier than grabbing it from the inside door. But that's actually why I threw away my pouch, is because I didn't want to take it in and out of the pouch. I just wanted to grab it and just put it up real quick and not unzip a pouch. But so in the comparison between the more expensive thick one and the thin one, I'm actually going with the thin one just because it packs away a little bit neater.